finally sat down and put together a video to answer so many of the questions that I get asked about the boat. So overall, she's 10 meters long, 3.5 meters wide, with an air draft of about 2.3, and her draft is 0.9 of a meter. She's a steel hull, and she sleeps 4 really comfortably, 5 if necessary. Really nice outside decks to relax on. So we bought her in 2015. And to be fair, there isn't a single piece of her that hasn't been painted or welded or touched or replaced by Patrick or myself. What we have replaced, we've kept the original look as much as possible. It's been the biggest project we have ever done, but it's been worth it now that we're out on the other side of it. And the future is just really exciting with the plans we've got to go forward. We have really had fun with her, but let's get into the video. So I suppose the best way for me to work through all of this is to think of the boat in 3 parts. So I'll start with the forepeak, then I'll talk about the main saloon area, and then the aft section. So looking at it from this point, the forepeak has a V berth, which is our sleeping area. Really big, really comfortable, and right in the front of the forepeak is a little section that you can get through some doors, which is our chain locker that the anchor drops through, and then the V berth with the center part which makes the bed. Under the center part is a big storage area which we put our dinghy into. Looking at the V berth on the port side under the slats, so there's slats, lever up, hinge up, and on the port side is a big deep locker that you can literally stand in, and that will be used for storage of fold up bicycles and a couple of other things that hopefully will fit in there. But the opposite one on the starboard side, that has been modified from this picture, and that holds our holding tank, our black tank, which we've had specially made to mold and fit along our steel hull, which is quite shaped into a V itself. So that is our holding tank, which is not yet, but is currently, hopefully, as I make this video, Patrick is connecting up to our toilet area, which is literally just behind that. Now the toilet area, shower room, wet room, heads, it gets called so many things now, is, as I said, under construction. It's, I think, fairly spacious for what it is. There's a nice the old original hand basin is still in there, which we'll keep. We have a shower that allows us to stand in this area and have a lovely shower. There's a toilet naturally, with a shower tray underneath the floor, which runs into our sump, which then pumps out, and quite a spacious cupboard along the side, which holds all sorts of things that I suppose you would need in a room like that. Right, we're still in the forepeak. So opposite the shower room is one of our clothing storage areas. So this is got partly hanging, and then the shelves which Patrick's made, and these shelves each hold 2 baskets deep, just full of clothing, folded up clothing, but it really does hold plenty. Right, so out of the forepeak up 2 small steps, and then we're in the main saloon area. This is lovely and spacious. There's a port and starboard sliding door that you can access into this room. Seating all the way around. The helms area is here as well in the front. We've got carpets that we roll up that would normally be down in the winter. Under the floor in the main saloon area is our engine bay. I'll do a separate video on the engine bay and all that's in there, but naturally the engine, the generator, all our tanks, battery chargers, filters, all sorts of things are in there. And then looking up is a very large hatch that can be taken off or slide backwards and lifted off. It really is about half the roof once it's opened up. And finally, in the main saloon area, tucked away in the corner at the back, is our little bar area that we had redone. So it's a nice surface to put things on. It's got plenty of drawers, and bottom drawer that holds standing bottles, and then of course, most importantly, our ice maker. So that's the main saloon area. Then last but not least is our aft section. So this can be seen as two parts. There's the galley which runs down the starboard side, and then there's a dinette area, seating area opposite on the starboard side. So looking at it just first from the galley side, it's got this long, it's almost 2 meters long, I think, work surface countertop. On the one side forward is a sink which has an insert. There's little sliding door lockers behind, which gives loads of space for plates and cups. We don't have any gas on the boat, it's only electric. So running down on the other side of the work surface, we have a single induction hob. Right, then moving on to, I suppose, the appliances, starting with the infamous Bailey's step. So the step into the galley opens up, and there's a storage in there which seems to be dominated by bottles of Bailey's for our coffee. Then alongside is just a storage cupboard, and next to it our dishwasher, then our day fridge, which is a nice size, and then opens up to our air fryer, which is a double bucket ninja, and storage underneath for pots and a couple of goods. And then alongside that in the corner is a drop down dustbin that fits in that tiny little space, which was the only space available. And then alongside it, a little cupboard for day-to-day condiments, I don't know, oils and spices, and underneath that is a little pull-out drawer which holds our cutlery and other sort of utensils that we might need. So it fits in really nicely in that tiny space. And above it all are these little doors. You can see this picture from the outside. It's a hatch, but also opens up and serves as a great little outdoor cooking space that I can access from inside the galley. And when it's not being used for an extra workspace, we just leave the doors open for some fresh air, some lovely views out the back, or just to make it feel a little bit homely. And then round to the starboard side, which has our dinette area or dining area, which has comfortable seating for 4 on either side of this table. Like most of the boat, it has double purpose. One of these seatings is big lockers. On the one side is for all our groceries and storage of dry goods, and on the other side we have this double fridge freezer, so we use this for storage alongside our day fridge. And the table collapses down, and then all the seating is used to put together for a mattress, and so the whole area converts into a really comfortable double bed for family and friends who want to join us on our trip. And so that's the boat. So what's next? Well, it'll be the trip. So I'll do more videos about bits and pieces more about the boat and the work we've done. But I'll sit down with Patrick and we'll put together a video to give you a lot more detail about our plans going forward, starting hopefully next year.